where that is. And of course, I'm joined in studio by Father Joseph Mwaniki, who is a lecturer at the Consolata International University. Good evening, Father.
Good evening, Sam.
And I have Father Kizito, who is the provincial for the East African province, leading the Jesuit community in this region. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
First, let me begin with you, Father Kizito, on what a moment this has been and what it means for you that now we have a new Pope.
First of all, I would like to congratulate the Catholic Church, the believers, and the world at large that we now have a shepherd. Congratulations to us all. What this means for me personally is that peace has been ushered in. We are not sheep without a shepherd. We have a leader. However, this leader is going to lead us wherever he's going to lead us. We believe that he has come to us sent by God, looking at the signs of the times, the needs of the church and the world. I am confident that we are in a safe pair of hands, seeing also the process by which he is elected. It's not random. It's imbued and embedded in a lot of prayer, reflection, consultation, and information. Yeah, so I really feel confident and happy and blessed that we have a shepherd.
Right. Father Joseph, I know you were speaking to my colleague Nimrod just a few minutes ago, yes. But let me ask you now in English, what this moment means for you as a Catholic priest, and of course, having known that this moment would come, but never clear on when.
Yes, sure. For sure, Sam, I would say that this is a joyous moment. The whole world, everybody is rejoicing that finally we have a Pope. And one thing I like is the fact that the Catholics in the whole world, we know what is the accent of faith, what they have decided, the one they have given us, that is Cardinal Prevost, who has chosen the name Leo XIV. Now he is our universal father, and he's going to continue what the other popes have done, as he has just indicated in his opening speech, praising also the work done by Pope Francis. And as my colleague is talking here, for sure now we are becoming witnesses of peace. A church that is building on peace, that is not these divisions that we are having with war, that we can talk about something else, maybe dialogue. A speech that was already started by his predecessor, Pope Leo XIII. So I'm very happy, Sam, to speak the truth.
Right, very happy indeed. And I told you that we have wide coverage of these moments of what has transpired. We're in different locations in Uganda as well as in Nyeri County, where we have Father Peter Githinji, who has been monitoring the situation at the Vatican. Father, first, good evening, and what would you say you're feeling at this moment?
Good evening, Sam. I am very happy indeed. Very, very, very happy. We've been praying for this. When I went for Mass today, I told the Christians in my parish Chaka, in Jumuiya I was, that we pray, and we were expecting that tonight we shall get a Pope. I am very happy we have seen a Pope who has taken the name Leo XIV. We know Leo XIII is a very great man, the church father of social doctrine of the church, and we hope our church now will be shaped with all the doctrines. I'm also very happy, because he has spoken fluent Italian. I was able to understand what he has said. In fact, he started by saying, Pace con tutti voi, peace be with you. And he quoted this as the words of Jesus Christ after the resurrection. We are very, very, very happy. An American, he has avoided to speak in English, and you know the Chicago people, they like their language. But here he has chosen a simple language, having a dual citizenship. Even in Peru, he has put some Spanish and some Latin, but he has spoken very, very, very good Italian. And he said, together we go along, adiamo avanti. So a simple man, a young man, a young Pope, we expect a lot, especially in the teachings of the church and the protection of the Catholic faith.
Right, that is interesting, Father. You say he's a young man. I suppose you're saying he's young because he's age 69. The last time we had a Pope of that age, it's been a couple of decades. But maybe you can also help us. Why would he speak in Latin? Because if you look at even at the international channels, most of them are carrying...
Not literally Latin, but Latin, Italian.
Okay, yes. Why would he speak in that language on such a moment, knowing that his mother tongue is still English? What is the significance of that to the church?
The closest language of the church is Latin, but now Italian is spoken in Rome. Is the language of Vatican. Is the language from where he will be conducting blessings, where he will be conducting his services. So Italian is more close, and I understand, I know, and I hope or the cardinals speak Italian. Most of the bishops speak Italian. So we would say it's the language of the church for now. Now it would have appeared discriminative. Yes, English is an international language, but Italian is more ecclesial language, meaning church language for this matter, some.
Indeed, church language. And we will stay with you, Father Peter Githinji from Nyeri Diocese. Back in studio, Father Kizito. So now the outcome is here. Have you ever been there witnessing such a moment? And what would you say the people there, what that means for them, the people at the St. Peter's Square?
And there is, first of all, a faith element. People want to touch something about their faith. I was in St. Peter's Square when they announced Pope Leo XIV. That hits deep in the faith of people. It's real. They can listen to him with a different ear, having been there as he emerged from on the balcony. Then there is the touristic element. People want to be seen there. People want to write in their diaries. I was in St. Peter's Square, and that would draw in people who are not Catholics, people who happen to be in Rome when Francis dies, and they stay on and want to see what takes place. So for the people gathered in St. Peter's Square, I think I would divide them in those two categories. There might be a fringe of people who are just curious, who don't believe in God, left, right, or center, who are wondering what's going on around them.
Right.
Those will be very few. But I think it's a moment of deep faith, of deep memory, of prayer. You want to be there and pray for the man. And you also turn to yourself and offer a few prayers to say, well, God, thank you for being in this, bringing me to this moment. You must have chosen me for this. So, yeah, that's how I would categorize the various people who are there in the square.
Right. And Father Moniki, what's your comment about, I don't know if now we know how many votes it took, because like I said earlier on, Francis took 5 votes. Pope Benedict, it was either 4 or 5.
Ballot.
Yes. Yes, the ballots, yes, or the rounds, if you like. For this one, what's your comment about the time it's taken?
First of all, Sam, it caught me by surprise because I was thinking that it's going to be 5 ballots like the one we witnessed, that of Pope Francis. And by the way, we were together with Father Peter Githinji, coincidentally, the one we are interviewing in 2013 when we had Habemus Papam of Pope Francis.
You were there?
We were there, we were present together. What Father is saying, we watched and listened with our own ears. So many were expecting probably it is going to come after the 5th ballot, but it seems to me that it came, looking at the time it came at the 4th ballot. It means the cardinal electors had already decided long ago in a way the best person to lead the church. So the quicker, the easier the conclave, it also shows the determination or the clearness of the cardinals on the person they see who is fitting or that see of Peter. And it is clear that they really settled on Cardinal Prevost, who is now becoming who is now the new Pope.
Right.
In the past, we have had very long conclaves going even in days. Yes.
I was reading some history. There is one that took a bit, almost 3 years.
Actually, that is the origin of the word conclave. Yeah. Actually, in Latin means conclave. That is the key. It happened that the cardinals were in a place in the northern Rome called Viterbo. And for 3 years, they could not agree on who to choose. So a decision was made, and the cardinals were closed in a hall, and that hall was closed with the key, conclave, up to when they are going to give to the church the successor of Peter.
Right.
And after some days, actually they were only eating only bread and water up to the time they give the church the Pope. And after some days, they were able to elect Pope Gregory X, who today is blessed. Yes.
Very interesting. And we'll continue these conversations. Shortly, we'll be joined by the Archbishop of Nyeri, Archbishop Anthony Muheria, who will also be helping us understand what it must be like having been at the Vatican in this moment for the church, the global church, but also the church in Kenya. I want us now to take a look at a different story of the profile of Pope Leo XIV, who was born in Chicago.